Subscribe, love, like. We're sponsored by the Spunk Lube and rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We could not do any of this without you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us that bump. Porn Stars Are People podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Jessy Dubai.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure.
That was the most polite, like swinging. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here. I gotta act diva-ish.
Yeah, do your thing. I wasn't sure if you were gonna take them off and try to sell them or
My
or leave 'em on.
shoes?
Yeah.
I
that
haven't
moment.
decided yet. I still like them. Maybe
Okay.
one day I'll sell them.
Yeah, this is the thing. Since I've been hanging out with this crew of people, they keep telling me that I can like just sell articles of my clothing when I get lazy or it's like no. I'm just doing a podcast. Nobody wants to buy my socks. I'm not at that level. I'm in the industry. I don't
Some
have that
people always want to buy something from someone.
Maybe. I don't have that kind of clout. So this is AVN. We're at AVN. We're in Las Vegas.
Finally, the last day.
Yeah, it is. It really is it's an energy suck in a lot of ways. It's a very fun and enjoyable experience, but it's a lot. It's like a sensory thing. When did you get here? How many of these have you been to?
I've been to 5
No kidding.
of these awards. I've walked the red carpet 4 times. I've done the convention every single year. Autograph signing.
Yeah.
So it's it's a shit show, shenanigans,
Right.
going crazy. But as soon as I put my heels on, go through the door, and then I'm standing at my booth, it's when it hits me, and I'm like, fuck. Why do I do this to myself?
Oh, I thought it was gonna go the other way. I thought you're like, I'm happy to be here, but no, it's the opposite.
No, of course. I'm happy to be here, but at the same time, it's like, oh, shit.
about
I'm
to-
exhausted.
Yeah.
And as soon as the convention is over, yay, can't wait to do this again
It
next
is,
year.
yeah, it's weird. It does have that. It does have that weird sort of life cycle where you're like, yeah, it's like, so okay, button in, like, got to do this. Let's do the task, do the thing, and then it's over, and you sort of like recoup on everything that happened, and then
Yes.
you're like, the last couple of days I've been like sleeping very heavy, so I've been having these like really deep, crazy dreams that have been like they've been doing that with like my life. It's like little things that have happened. It's like I'm getting these weird closures in my sleep, which doesn't usually happen. Where like my brain is doing all this stuff, and like you did all the things, now you can like enjoy the rewards of the things. Like so, it is fun. This is a very clear risk reward type of convention.
Yes.
At the end, you can feel that you've accomplished something.
Of course, yes. At the end of the whole weekend, you feel exhausted. And we end up like feeling like worse than trash.
Right.
But we feel accomplished. Like
Yeah.
it was a very fulfilling, very productive weekend.
Yeah.
We get to meet fans. We get to make content. We get to do press. For me, it's like, getting a month's worth of work in a weekend.
Sure. Yeah. It is. There is something to this sort of like I like to put it as like the halftime parents kind of vibe, where it's like when there's 2 parents and they both have 50-50 custody with the kids. Then when the kids go away, mom gets a chance to recoup so that she can be a good mom next week.
Yes.
So doing something like this is that same kind of vibe where it's like you put everything into this one chunk, you work hard, and then like next week you just fucking you don't have to do shit.
That's how I work.
Because it's like all in and then all out. And then
I do 1 week of hard work and then 1 week of spending time with my family,
Yeah.
my dogs,
What kind of dogs do you have?
recuperate. I have a Pomeranian,
Okay.
a Yorkie, and a
Okay.
Chihuahua.
So
Little dogs.
they're all just the same size.
Yes.
So that's a very when you combine those 3, that is they run the household kind of crew.
Actually, the bully runs
Yeah.
the house, the Yorkie.
Oh, no kidding.
The other 2 dogs are mine, and the Yorkie is my husband's.
I see.
And with my dogs that I had before I got married, I will tell my babies, like, go to bed, do this,
Yeah.
do that. And sometimes I'll just, like, look at them and I'll point out where to go. And they'll do it.
Yeah.
They were very well raised.
Yeah.
Now.
This is what I'll tell people when they try to like people come to my house and they try to like say a lot of words to my dog, and it's like no, like the body language stuff is usually enough. Like I can just look at my dog and she'll go do the thing. Like she knows what I'm thinking. She knows like we've got it down to a science. Like you said, you just point, and then it's like Gone. So then you haven't been able to, let's say, rehabilitate your husband's dog in any way?
No, and it's impossible, and I will never be able to because I can, not punish him, but I cannot, tell him not don't do this, don't do that.
You
If
can't
he's
tell the husband or the dog?
the dog. I mean, I can, but he doesn't listen. And when my husband, as long as my husband is there, it's like kids.
Yeah.
As long as my husband is there, that dog runs the house. He barks when he wants. He does what he wants.
Right.
And no one tells him anything. Now, when my husband is not home, he's the most behaved dog because he knows.
Because it's a
My
hierarchy
mama
thing.
will
He
beat me.
understands that. Yeah, he understands that you're the boss.
Yes.
And then when your husband's there,
he's
gets
like, Dad's home. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, he checks. Oh, there's no consequences. Perfect. This is all my motherfucker.
My daddy will take care of me.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of my sister's dog's vibe. It's because there is an absence of control. He just takes over and he decides to be the disciplinarian of all the things. But then if she's not around, we can like pretty easily like manage his expectations and manage his ability not to like bite other people and other dogs because he's got no. My sister's like an anxiety like sponge, and so she just distributes anxiety to all the creatures in the building. And so dogs are always like, "What is happening? Is the house falling in? What is gonna happen here?" So
They're always on the lookout.
yeah. Well, dogs have great danger instincts, right? Like the other day they were digging next to my building. My whole development is like getting huge. And so I wake up and the fucking house is shaking. So I'm like, are we going to, is this fucking thing going to come in? And I look at my dog, and she's like, I think we're fine. So like, cool, we'll go back to sleep. But because the dog is going to know 5 to 6 minutes before the house comes down. So if the dog is like chilling, I'm like, we got to go. We got to take a walk in case this motherfucker comes in on us. So yeah. That is always my favorite one in these like apocalypse movies. It's like, the birds left 2 days ago. Get the fuck out of there. What are you waiting around for?
Some people think the world's never gonna end, nothing's gonna happen, and then when there's like just now, all the volcanoes exploding, and then the earthquakes and all that stuff, and then I still see people that they're like still there. Like, have you seen Pines Peak, the movie? Like, remember what happened?
Which one?
What was it? Pines Peak? No, Dante's Peak. Yes.
Dante's Peak.
Yes, Dante's Peak. The volcano. People were still, living there. I'm like, you do realize how this movie ended, right? Like,
this happened
everything
last
week.
week.
To shit.
This happened last week.
Yes.
Some people were living near a volcano, and they're like, there's this great photo of there's like a volcano in the background. This guy's like mowing his lawn. No, there was a tornado. This guy's like mowing his lawn next to a tornado. But like, these people got to understand, like, if you live near a volcano, you got to be ready at all times to pick up and go.
Go. And when they say go, means go.
Yeah. The hurricane people have gotten very stubborn in the last few years. And
They think it's just water.
Hurricane
it's
people
just
don't go
wind.
anymore.
But you never know.
Where'd you tell me you were from? You're from Colombia?
Yes, I'm Mexican-Colombian.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up half of my life in Mexico.
Oh, no kidding.
And then when I turned 10 years, about 11, I came to the United States with my father.
Cool. Yeah.
And I've been in Colorado ever since.
Yeah. Do you ever go back to Mexico?
No, I haven't. Most of my family's here, so.
Oh, no way.
And especially with all the violence and everything happening in Mexico, it's like, I don't want to go get killed or robbed or anything.
So y'all left to for greener pastures, as they say.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm planning to go at one point, but
Yeah.
But
if you got nobody there, then you're in solid ground. You keep your family here. Yeah.
Of course.
That's cool. What else? Are you 3 dogs is kind of a lot. Do you have a full on zoo? Like, do you have other companions? Do you have cats? Do you have lizards? Do you have
No, just 3 dogs. It's fun. That's all I can take. My husband wants a cat, and I'm like, nope, no pussies allowed in the house.
I was looking up nursery rhymes yesterday, and there was all of these like really dirty nursery rhymes with like wet pussies, and it's like, these are for kids. This is like a strange.
Really?
Yeah. It was like literally it was something. It said pound pussy, and it said wet pussy, and it was like, this is very different from the nursery rhymes that I remember.
Right?
There's a lot of weird language they try to sneak into old nursery rhymes.
That's funny.
Okay, so what is your calm on this weekend? What is your chill? How do you, in the midst of all of this chaos?
I smoke a bowl of weed as soon as I
Okay.
get to my hotel.
Yep.
I have a glass of whiskey.
Yep.
I chill. And then I wait for someone to come and suck my dick.
Ah, are you staying in this building? What do you do?
No, I can never stay at any hotel with a casino.
Why?
Because people recognizes me a lot here in Vegas.
No shit.
Miami, right? No shit, Kimasabi. So imagine me, 4 p.m, hangover from the night before, or really
Right.
exhausted, no makeup, on my bathrobe, and I need to go downstairs to the lobby to get maybe a bottle of water, maybe some food or
Yeah.
something. And I cannot come down because I need to get ready. I need to do a little bit of makeup, a little bit of hair.
Oh,
So
you don't
if-
want to get seen at your worst.
It's not that I don't mind being seen at my worst, but if someone sees me, they always want to take a picture with me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say no.
Right.
I'd rather say yes, because I never know when I'm going to see this person again or
Right.
something. So if this is the moment we saw each other, let's snap the picture. And if I'm looking like, no makeup, not, put together at least,
Yeah.
I don't like those pictures of me around.
Sure. So where do you hide if not at the hotels?
I stay at like boutique hotels.
Oh, no shit,
Just
okay.
regular hotels
Yeah.
with no casinos in it.
This is my first run at being in Vegas, not being on the Strip, and I didn't realize they have just like there's a residency and there's all the regular shit. Once you get outside of this little square, there's all the regular shit like a normal town.
Mm-hmm.
It's like. Because I was like going the first time I came to Vegas, I almost went broke just on coffee budgets. It was
Yep.
like $5, $6, $7, $8 coffees, and you go 2 blocks. This is a regular Dunkin' Donuts, $2 again. It's like I didn't know that. It's like I could have just been there and been safe and been good again.
And save money.
Yeah, it wasn't until I this is how I put it in perspective in my head. Las Vegas is Times Square. Right on the Strip is like the center of Times Square, and then as soon as you get outside of the madness, you're just back in a regular, normal place again.
Yep.
And then I'm staying on the far side of town now, so I'm staying like near the mountains. So it's like this morning was the first time I was like, oh, I get it. I get why people would live here, because it's so gorgeous on the edges of the
Oh,
town.
yeah.
It's like
It's really
right around.
pretty.
Yeah. So that's cool. So you've been going these for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if somebody's coming in and they want to like figure out how to like do this thing, what would be your advice to somebody?
Do what thing? Doing porn?
Like one of these conventions and like the chaos of the thing. Like what's the mindset coming in?
First of all, rest enough the week before. Prepare your outfits so you have them ready and you know what you're gonna wear each day.
Yeah.
Drink a lot, and I mean a lot of water.
Yeah.
And have a edible or a joint in your purse, just whenever the stress from don't get this wrong, but I love my fans, I love smiling, I love being like happy for them, but sometimes I'm in the mood, I'm tired, I'm whatever is going
we all
through.
know we can only as humans take so much interaction.
Like for example, right now my jaw hurts from
Yeah.
"Hi, how are you?"
Luckily, I don't have that need. I was down, and somebody they interviewed like 2 years ago asked to take a picture, and I was like, I think I finally got posing down. So I was like, got my thing and got my little spot. But I'm so impressed with everybody at this show because they'll be just like chilling, yeah, whatever, and then they'll see a camera, and then they get right in spot, and then it's like it looks ridiculous, like as an outsider, but then you look at then you come around and you look at what the pose is, and like, they fucking nailed it.
Yes.
They nailed it. They're so good.
I got good like that, getting pictures by people, and then I started seeing, okay, this is my angle, this is
Yeah.
I literally tell people, I'm like, raise the phone a little bit lower, bring it down there. They know exactly how the pictures, and all my pictures, I always, proof check them. I'm like, okay, you can keep it. I like
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah.
I like bad pictures
Are
of
you
me out there.
doing red carpet for
Of
this?
course, yes.
Okay, very cool. What's that commitment like? It's like an hour of just? I haven't seen it. Like I've never
It's
seen it.
basically pretty much an hour or sometimes even an hour and a half of just walking through the whole casino around it.
So as a photographer, whoever's photographing the thing, they get their spot and they just pick a spot, and then you have to slowly just sort of blop, blop, blop.
Yes.
Here's my pose. Walk, walk, walk. Here's my pose. Walk, walk, walk. Here's my pose.
Basically, it's just like a parade,
Yeah.
Everyone's
But
taking
much
pictures.
slower.
But much slower. And you would think that when you walk the red carpet, you're just gonna walk through the red carpet and get to the ending
Yeah.
where the media are taking pictures and interviews and stuff. But no, the moment you go into the red carpet, it's like, 5 quick steps, and you're like, oh, I'm walking it. And suddenly, it's like going on the highway. You're like super fast, and then suddenly
Right.
slow. And then it's like 1 step, then 2 steps,
Right.
then 2 more steps, then 2 more steps. When you least notice, it's you've been in the red carpet for like an hour.
Yeah.
And you have only moved like barely like 5 inches.
And then what's the and then when you get to the end, then and the times are weird. So sometimes you get to the end and it's like so 3 hours before the thing.
Pretty much.
So then you just go in?
Yes, as soon as you go through the red carpet, then you go through 2 red carpets.
Okay.
You go through the red carpet for the fans,
Yeah.
the media, and then you go to the back where there's another red carpet for more mainstream
Yeah.
media, and only the people that are like nominated
Right.
are
On that side.
on that side. Then once that's over, then you just go into the event center, the joint, and you go take your seat, have a few drinks, and you just wait for the lights to flash and let you know the show is about to begin.
About to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The
please
show
take your
itself
seat.
is not that long, right? It's like
It's
an
about
hour
an
and a half.
hour,
Yeah.
and a half. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
how much longer do you want this
I know,
awards to
this
be?
is what the reaction I wanted. It is because people are very like it's like because it is this whole big chore or whatever, and it's like, but it is. I as a comedian, I know attention spans are like 90 minutes. That's the most you're gonna get out of people for a live event like that. But you go to
Yes.
some of these things, it's like, or like the Oscars is like, what is it, like 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours? It's like, it's even watching at home, you're like not into it. So to be there and doing it is a lot.
It's
How has it changed since they've been broadcasting it on Showtime? Because you've been coming way before that.
Yes. I feel like it's been getting more exposure.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really great thing when they started putting it there, more than, like getting it out of just the website and,
Sure.
I guess the circle to be able to be on,
But did it change like the run of show? Like, is it
No,
a
still
different
the
show,
same
same show?
thing, still the same thing. Since they're recording and since they're, doing our show, they already got, how many slots or how many
Right.
how do you say nominations can they fit
Right.
in 1.5 hour show.
Right, and then how quickly to do how much of how long the performers go for. This year it's 2 musicians, no comedians.
I didn't know that. Who is?
I'm paying attention because I would like to be the comedian in the future, but this is the first time that they're not. So it's a performer I don't know, and then it's Diplo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I liked last year when Cardi B
Yes.
opened. That one was fun.
Yeah, she's huge. And then she was sort of at her pinnacle of like I've said yes to a bunch of shit, right? Because she committed like a full year in advance to the thing. So then so now she's in nothing. She's in another place. I feel like she's doing all no's this year.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. She's done so much. She has worked like so much. She's popping. You
Yeah.
know, every time when a performer says no to different projects, that only means 2 things: either she's taking a break, or she's working on something that she is preparing
Yeah.
and
Right.
keeping it down low.
Or building demand. Like that's one, right?
I feel like the man is always there, even
Sure.
if you're there all the time. Like Cher, how many times has Cher said, farewell
Right.
tour, and we
Right.
still see the bitch, singing and
Well, that's what I
dancing.
mean. You say no, so then they go no, but how much? How about this much money?
Okay, oh fuck it, why
Fine.
not? Snap out of it.
Fine. Yeah, I think that's the game.
Hey, money talks.
I think that's the game. Build the demand. But yeah, I feel like Cardi was probably the perfect.
Fuck yeah.
Like the perfect person to do this thing, and it's like it's hard to come off of that year and like, what do you do now?
Exactly,
we already
right?
had somebody that fit perfect in the lane and is doing all these things, and now it's something else. That is interesting.
I like the variety that they have. They have different performers every year.
Yeah.
Different genres, I guess we can say
Yeah.
it. So it's diversity, and I like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Cause I don't know who this other performer is. I don't know if do you know this. Do you know you don't know who the first performer is?
No.
You don't know. So because it doesn't matter. You don't care. It's not gonna
It's
change.
not that
It's
I
not gonna
don't
change.
care.
I'm
I'm more focused on
coming.
myself.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna change you coming or not.
Yeah.
So like, it's not that you don't care, but it's
Now,
that,
last year,
yeah.
when I heard that Cardi B was coming, I didn't had a red pass. I didn't have ticket for the awards, and I wasn't even gonna make the
No shit.
Convention.
Right.
But then I saw Cardi B was gonna be, and I called all my friends, and I'm like,
I
get
gotta
me
go.
there. I
Yeah.
need to go. So people that I
find it.
work with, they got me the pass. I got to enjoy the show, and as soon as my nomination was presented, the winner went to get their award. I'm like, okay,
You bounced?
I'm out.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, because the rest of the trans performer of the year, it's like the 10th award
Yeah.
before the end.
Yeah.
So by that time, it's like, okay, I know the next is like toys, loops, products. It's not performers anymore.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. Time to
Yeah.
go get high and go get some drinks.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's your plan after the show this year? What's your?
I just told you.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get high and then have some drinks.
But is there like? But there's all these like specific after parties. You don't none of that. You're
I
done.
love going after parties because I will get to meet fans there.
Yeah.
A guy was telling me the other day, he's like, hey, I got 2 VIP passes for this party, and I got passes for that party. Do you want to come? Like, it's going to be fun. Come out. And I'm like, you do realize that me as a porn star, I get passes to all of those parties because they want performers
Right,
to
of
be
course.
there.
Yeah.
For me, it's work.
Yeah.
Even if I'm having drinks with friends, there's people that wants to come take pictures. Basically, it's just keep doing the same thing that I was doing at the convention,
Right.
doing it at the clubs. And I don't have fun.
Right.
Unless I'm like, with Mia Isabella. If Mia Isabella, goes, hey, let's go to the white party. Let's go to the Wonderland party. I'll be like, okay, I'll see you there. I'll meet you there. Because me and her will be walking around, chit-chatting, having fun. And I'll be more focused on the hanging out with her, hanging out with my friends, more than like the actual party. Because, these parties are just like going to a club. The only difference is that you'll see maybe 5, 6, porn stars. But other than that, it's just like any party. It's a venue with a bar, with a DJ, dancers, waiters, VIP tables. That's it.
Yeah. I think that. Do you think so? How many trans categories are there?
Just one.
There's just one.
I wish they had more.
Yeah. Is there a mainstream award show for this industry that you think is doing a very good job of recognizing this chunk and this and the movement that's clearly becoming more mainstream and becoming a whole other category? Do you think anybody has taken the initiative to like make 15 trans specific awards?
Well, not for AVN. There is, of course, the TEA award, which is the Trans Erotica Awards.
Yeah.
There is the, Manivits. There's all the Pornhub Awards. There's all
Yeah.
these different awards. And the majority of them, except the Trans Awards, they have 2 tops categories for
How
trans.
many do you think there should be?
I think there should at least be, 5, 4 at least.
Now, I don't know. I didn't actually like research it and put it on a spreadsheet or whatever. But for Performer of the Year, I think this award show just says Performer of the Year, and it's a non-gendered category. Is that correct?
Well, it is Trans Performer of the Year.
So that's the only trans category.
Yes.
But there's no crossover categories at all?
What do you mean crossover?
Because I'm just trying to figure out if every category is gendered in a certain way. Like,
Yes. There
it
is female
best male clip artist?
Yes.
Best male, like that kind of? So, okay. So
Yes.
and there's just...
For example, one thing that they should do, that I think that they should do at AVN is, they give an award to the best male performer, best female performer. And with those 2, then you have best male by men, best male creator content, best, each male and female have like all these different categories. At least I would like to see, Trans Performer of the Year, which is for us trans girls, but also Trans Male Performer of the Year.
Sure.
As well as trans producer of the
Sure.
year, trans director of the year, trans film of the
Well,
year.
what if I mean, the movement now, I think that I think we would all like to get to is just ungendering everything.
Yeah, I mean, it should. It'll be hard to these. How did you say these gender?
Degendering,
Yeah,
ungendering, yeah.
it'll be hard because I mean, you still need those, even though sometimes we want to be say we all want to be equal and
Yeah.
treat everyone the same. Sometimes we need those, basically guidelines or lanes.
Yeah.
Because one, it helps build structure. It helps build. Now you're not fighting with all these people. You're fighting with you're not fighting, but like you're competing with the
Sure.
people on your same category.
Yeah.
Whether you're male or female, I think that it's more of the preference
Yeah.
about that should be, instead of giving more to the females, more to the males, be equal with
Yeah.
both the three genders. I mean,
Sure.
I believe that there's three genders now, so open, which is being male, female, and transgender.
Yeah.
That you can go male to female or female to male.
Sure.
Of course, there is the binary and queer and all that stuff, but then those all just fall into the umbrella of, non-conforming or
Yeah.
non-binary, which they go swing both ways. It's
Sure.
like, today I feel like a girl, and
Right.
today I feel like a guy. That I didn't understand. I'm like, okay, make up your mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this is I think a chat that's missing from the discussion, which is like in this big desire to let everybody have freedom, we forgot to tell people that are at any stage of transitioning to love themselves. It's the it's not there. Like the like as a as I have all the things that you're not supposed to have anymore. The white male, all of the things, all white male straight, right? And there are times in all of the discussions and all of the campaigns where they tell me to love myself. And in our need to go, well, we don't know how you identify and all these things. We're not going at all of the stage of the thing. We need you to love yourself and accept yourself, and then we'll do the same. It's just sort of like there's like this rush to identify now,
Yes.
rather than a rush to appreciate.
Yep.
And I think we need to change some of that like language and some of those ideas.
I think people get too wild with labeling themselves.
Right. Well, because everybody wants to be on the cutting edge.
Makes sense, I mean, to each their own, but I think that, if you're going to label yourself once you're 100% sure of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because
That's a good way to say it.
I mean, one day I've seen people that one day they're like, oh, I want to start, dressing up like a woman and this and that. And then they will transition into becoming a full transsexual. And then within 2-3 years, they're like, oh, I guess I didn't like the boobs. Now I'm going to go back to being
Right.
a guy. And it's like, okay, perfect. But if you would have, acknowledged who you were and what you really wanted since the beginning, you would have saved yourself, so much
Well, it's
time.
hard, and it is hard, and especially, and I think this is the trouble, is it is hard, and because I think there is a little bit of as a peer pressure to every community, right?
People
And-
trying to fit. I think that's what it is. Example, some guys that are super feminine think that they will attract more guys or will be more accepted if they become transsexuals,
Right.
female.
Right.
Which is perfect. Some guys think that if they act more manly, they will get, more guys or get treated differently or not get harassed, not get bullied.
Yeah.
It's all about trying to fit in,
Yeah.
about trying to find a group that you feel comfortable with. And some people like, queers, non-binary, all of these people, they're making their own little groups, but it's like, having, a little kid with a sticker paper,
Mhm.
and you tell him, go put a sticker on everything you want. They went crazy and they put a sticker on
Right.
everything,
Sure.
you know? So it's like, might as well take it all. I feel like these people are doing it like that. It's like, well, I want to be non-binary, queer,
Ethically
sex.
non-monogamous.
Yes.
All the hot words.
Like, okay, are you describing your sexuality, your gender, or you're just going hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag
or you
here?
reading a menu in Brooklyn.
Right.
Do you think this is always, I've always phrased this wrong, and then I've sort of fallen into the wrong estimation of what I was trying to get across. But do you think that there is a pressure in the trans community for people to start to modify themselves surgically and start to make changes in other ways other than just whatever you can do at home? Do you think there's a pressure for, like, to be accepted, that you have to then fit these other standards that maybe you weren't thinking of? It's like, if I want to go this direction, then I got to go immediately and meet a surgeon. Do you think that that's something that's hovering around?
I think that's a very personal decision, and it's different for everyone. The moment that I put, a hairpiece, makeup, and women's clothes, of course, immediately I was like, I look pretty. Oh, I wish I could have boobs and this and that. But it didn't. It took me like almost 5 to 6 years to actually get my boobs, because of course I was still a minor, and a doctor is not going to do surgery on you if you're a minor. But when I got my boobs, there was a time that I lost myself. Like, I had this big boobs, and I felt like I was the queen, that, people should kiss the floor where I walk. And, I got very conceited, very obnoxious, my friends said.
Sure.
And they told me, they all got me, they run out around me, and they're like, look, we're going to tell you one thing. Nice boobs, you're looking good, you're polishing yourself, great. But don't lose your essence. Don't lose being humble, because
Right.
now you're just looking like any other bitch.
Yeah.
You got the boobs for you, not to throw them in someone's face. Well,
Right.
unless you're getting paid. But not to be like, making other people feel bad because they don't have them. Make girls that are coming new,
Yeah.
that you're better than them because you had the boobs.
Yeah.
The boobs are for you.
Yeah.
Own them, period. Don't brag about them. And of course, I got annoyed because I was like, I'm not doing that. And then I realized that I was.
Sure.
But it was like you said, I got this little thing, and it's like, okay, now I got to go the whole way. I need to do this. I need to do that.
Yeah.
And yes, there is that, rush of like, I need to get it as soon as possible because I want to look as hot as possible like this.
Yeah.
People that does that, a person that will get, a surgery this month, and another surgery in 3 months, and another surgery in 6 months. One, yes, it gets addicting, and it's nice looking better and better and better, but people lose themselves.
Sure.
Like, they start, fantasizing in front of the mirror. All they're doing is just like looking at themselves. And it is good to love yourself, fall in love with yourself, and like be obsessed with yourself, But when people start doing so many surgeries, they lose their personality. They lose, they don't look like they used to look anymore. Well, that's the purpose. But sometimes they do so much so fast that they end up changing things back.
Right.
Like, there's been girls that they've got their boobs done 3 times and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it gets to one day that I'm like, okay, I don't want them no more. I want really tiny little ones. And then the next year they go and get big ones again, and it's like, great for you that you have the money, girl, but chill.
Yeah.
Or don't stress your body, because it can fuck up anytime.
Yeah, I mean, and again, this is just a thing as an outsider with no personal experience, and then this is where I bump into trouble, because they're like, why, where do I get off having the discussion? But it does feel like, if you wanna join the community, then there's an estimation that surgery is something that's like an immediate wristband into the community.
It's like a golden pass. I got boobs, now I'm a transsexual.
Right,
Okay.
right. So the question is whether it's I don't know. There's no other comparative thing where that's your entry. So it's interesting. Okay, so the rest of this, you said you're staying in Vegas, like
Yes.
beyond, because you
Wednesday.
didn't come early and shoot content.
I did, of course. I've been here since Tuesday.
How much work are you gonna get in this week? Like, how much content do you think you could put out in a
I'm
week?
doing 2 scenes a day, Monday,
Okay.
Tuesday, and Wednesday.
No shit.
Yes. I need to do content for my side, and I need to do content for my main side. I need to do content for my OnlyFans. I need to do content for my Snapchat.
Yeah.
I need to do content for my YouTube channel. I need to do content for my clips for sales and all that stuff.
What did you come up with as the number for how often you should be putting stuff up? What's your secret number?
It's not a secret number. It's pretty much as I play it by ear and how it goes. Because if I prepare myself of like, okay, this month I need to do, 1 shoot every week and upload it. Sometimes the models are not available. Sometimes I'm not available. I have to travel somewhere else.
Yeah.
That it just doesn't place that way. So if in 1 week, like right now, I have these 4 different performers, if I have the time and if I have the energy, I will, do them all at as much as I can.
Yeah.
And get as much content. And then for the next 2-3 weeks, if I shoot content, great. If I don't, oh well, because I will have content that I just made. Plus, I have a bunch of content in my server that still needs to get edited and still needs to be worked. So I have a lot of, how do you say? I have a lot of content
in the can.
Yes.
In the can. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, but what's your goal number every week? Are you trying to put out a video a day, a video a week?
Once a week.
Yeah.
Yes. On my Snapchat, it's pretty much daily or sometimes like 3 times a week. But with my website and my OnlyFans, I like to upload for my website because my website is more upscale, more produced.
Yeah.
Yes. I only upload twice a month on my website because it's usually those scenes are like about 10-20 minutes, just like any other porn.
Sure.
And then on my OnlyFans, I do upload try to upload once a week or sometimes 3 videos a week because those videos are like 5 minutes each tops.
Yeah.
So and then my Snapchat is just like 60-second segments, I guess, of different little clips.
Okay.
So
so let's go right into that. How do we find your stuff? How do we pay for your porn? How do we follow you? How do we do all the things?
Of course, you guys can just go and check me at my main website, my portfolio website, which has all my websites put together, the links, the bios, everything, and it's jessydubai.party.com.
Very cool. And then spell everything just so we don't do anything wrong.
JESSY, Dubai, like the city, party.com, all together. And I also have my website, The Jessy Dubai, Twitter, @TSJessy, Instagram, The Jessy Dubai, and my free open public Snapchat, Jessy Dubai, free.
Oh, nice. Okay, very cool. So check out all those things. This is the Burns of People podcast. We drop a new episode every Monday. We're rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We are sponsored by Spunk Lube. What haven't I said yet? We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play. Whatever platform you're on, we're on the other one. Check out all those things. Thank you to my guest.
My pleasure.
We do a little bit of like BTS safe for work content for Instagram. So I'm gonna come up with a little fun challenge for you that we can do in about a minute. So check out that stuff as well as our extra features, and go follow and like and pay for all the porn. Thank you guys for listening and watching.